Of course, the individual combat capabilities of the God Destroyer Legion soldiers were still a little inferior compared to Dragon Country's Griffin Legion. After all, the Griffin Legion's minimum requirement was level 70. Extremistis Country lacked Dragon Country's abundant resources and population, so they could not really form a military unit comparable to the Griffin Legion. The God Destroyer Legion's minimum level requirement was 60, and they must have had their third profession change. They knew that they could not match the Griffin Legion in terms of quality. So, Extremistis Country expanded the God Destroyer Legion's numbers to 10,000 people. It was twice that of the Griffin Legion. Extremistis Country always claimed that the God Destroyer Legion was qualified to challenge the Griffin Legion. However, Jinn and Dragon Country would just grin at this, neither acknowledging nor denying it. Regardless, the fact that the God Destroyer Legion had the courage to challenge the Griffin Legion showed that they were truly an ace military unit. The person standing at the front was their general. He wore a cold smile, looking down at all the corpses here. Dragon Country guards, truly worthless. I really wish that when I led the charge earlier, it wasn't just a small Dragon Country camp, but a Dragon Country city! Now that would have been a satisfying invasion. Beside him, someone like an adjutant knelt on one knee and reported, "General Li Tai, the God Destroyer Legion's 1st Battalion, 2nd Company Commander just reported. During this mission, we've killed a total of 43 Dragon Country personnel, but one person escaped using a random teleport scroll. Should we continue the pursuit?" Lu Tai waved his hand and said, "Send 2 squads to the Divine Bone Forest to find that woman who escaped. They must bring her back. Bring her back alive, if possible, dead if necessary." Li Tai's final words had a strange tone to it. The adjutant before him naturally understood. Li Tai's meaning was clear: if they could find her, bring her back. If not, just kill her and bring back her corpse to complete the mission. The adjutant responded with a "Yes, sir," and went to relay the orders. Afterwards, Li Tai called another person and said, "Go, have the messenger Eagle report to Lord Jinn that the entrance to the dungeon instance has been cleared. Now, we're just waiting for the Dragon Country representative to emerge so we can capture them all at once." Just as Li Tai said this, suddenly a transport array silently opened. From within the transport array, countless tentacles emerged, holding open the edges of the array, forcibly maintaining the passageway. Seeing such a transport array suddenly appear, all present God Destroyer Legion members were greatly startled and immediately knelt down. Jin Zion walked out from the transport array, and everyone immediately called out, "Welcome, Your Majesty, King Jin." Jin Zion nodded slightly and said, "No need for messenger eagles. I've come here personally." He looked at everything here with satisfaction while asking, "The Dragon Country representative is in the dungeon instance now, correct?" Li Tai answered, "Reporting, the target and his friends are all in the dungeon instance." "Well done." Jin Zion nodded. Suddenly, from under his black robe emerged countless tentacles, a sight that made one's scalp tingle. These tentacles crawled over all the corpses present. Where the tentacles passed, the bodies immediately underwent changes. Their skin began to rot while emanating a purplish-black gas. The expressions on all the corpses uniformly became fierce. After completing all this, Jin Zion added, "Arrange these corpses in a pattern to disguise this as a heretical sect's massacre. Although everyone here is dead, and no one can send intel back to Dragon Country, eventually someone will discover the abnormality here. At the same time, the death of the Dragon Country representative would need someone to take the fall. Pushing this matter onto the heretical sects would be the best for us." "Understood," Li Tai responded, then immediately ordered his subordinates to move all the corpses aside and disguise it as a heretical sect's massacre. After giving the orders, Li Tai lowered his head again, asking Jin Zion if there were any other orders. Jin Zion said, "Just station the God Destroyer Legion in various nearby locations. Remember, don't let anyone approach this place, especially not people of Dragon Country. Only after I've killed Lu Fan and destroyed all the evidence here can outsiders be allowed to set foot here. This way, we can distance our extremistis country from Lu Fan's death. If anyone tries to approach the area, treat them as heretics and kill them without question. Understood. After Li Tai responded, he gathered his courage and asked with uncertainty, Your Majesty, your subordinate wishes to speak. For mere Dragon Capital University students, wouldn't our God Destroyer Legion be sufficient to kill them? Why must you personally take action? Jin Zion turned slightly. Though Li Tai could not see Jin Zion's face under the hood, he knew the other's eyes must be fixed on him at this moment. This made him suddenly feel as if he was plunged into an ice cave. A wave of chills was spreading through his body. He immediately realized he had spoken out of position, daring to say too much. If you don't even have this level of judgment, you shouldn't be leading the God Destroyer Legion. Jin Zion coldly said, This person is the Dragon Country representative who, in the national trial, consecutively killed my son. Jin Cheng'en, Cherry Blossom Country's Masashi Ten, and even Star Strip Country's Moore family's heir, Charles. Moreover, in the national trial, someone saw him enslave a demon general and demon knights, setting aside his own pet dragon. Just one demon general and the demon knights alone, do you have confidence to face them head on with your God Destroyer Legion? Demon General! Hearing this name, Li Tai's expression immediately changed drastically. How could he not know of the demon general? Each of the 9 hell demons had a top general. The demon generals were such beings. They alone could level a small city in extremistis country. If they really had to kill demon generals and demon knights, even if their God Destroyer Legion could win, they would surely suffer heavy casualties. Such a being had actually been enslaved. This was simply inconceivable, Jin Zion continued. Furthermore, what level is this dungeon instance? It is a level 70 nightmare difficulty dungeon instance. He dares to bring second profession students with him to clear it. Just how strong do you think he is? These words sent chills down Li Tai's spine. He had overlooked such important information. To clear a level 70 nightmare dungeon instance, if it was a 5-man team, would they not all need to be around level 85? Could this one boy's strength match 5 level 85 players? If that's true, it would be extremely difficult for the God Destroyer Legion to kill him. Most likely, he would escape from Ustai. Little did Li Tai know, if the God Destroyer Legion really encountered Lu Fan, the result would not be as simple as Lu Fan escaping from them. Enough. Just do your job and keep quiet, Jin Zion said gravely, unwilling to say more to Li Tai. Your God Destroyer Legion and the God Slaying Legion only need to form a defensive line around this place to prevent anyone from coming. The rest does not concern you. A lion uses everything it has, even if it is to catch a rabbit. Whatever force, whatever cost is needed to kill this person is worth using. As he spoke, 4 more people walked slowly out of the transport array Jin Zion had created. These 4 each had terrifyingly powerful auras. Every piece of their equipment was at least platinum grade, with some of diamond and epic grades. They were definitely all 4th profession players, experts among experts at that. The last 4th profession player to emerge was a middle-aged man with considerable facial hair, appearing around 50 years old. Though his clothes were tattered, the long sword on his back glowed with an unusual light, clearly extraordinary. Holding a white jade wine flask, he glanced around after emerging and grinned. So this is the God Destroyer Legion. Boss Jin. Seems like our extremistis country really still can't produce that many decent players. The so-called God Destroyer Legion is far too inferior compared to Dragon Country's Griffin Legion. No wonder when extremistis country boasts that the God Destroyer Legion could match the Griffin Legion, that old batard Tu Jing would sneer. Thinking about it now, I feel embarrassed for you. His words showed no regard for the many God Destroyer Legion members present. If anyone else had spoken this way, Li Tai, as the Legion's general, would certainly have exploded in fury. However, Li Tai currently did not dare make a sound. he recognized that these four who had just arrived were four of the 5 national guardians of extremistis country. The speaker, named Kong Ching, was second in power only to Jin Zion among the 5 national guardians. It was said that he had personally beheaded the strongest of the 9 hell demons, the Mad Hell Demon. The 9 hell demons incident had shocked all of extremistis country, and when the 5 national guardians killed them in succession, it was recorded in history. Thus, almost everyone in extremistis country knew of their appearances and powers. If Li Tai remembered correctly, these 5 had already reached around level 95 years ago. They had also undergone their 4th profession change many years before. After all these years of leveling up, they might have already exceeded level 100. 5 such powerful 4th profession players, all gathered here just to kill someone who had only undergone his 2nd profession change. Who would believe such a thing? True, a lion uses everything it has even to catch a rabbit, but this did not feel like that analogy. This was like a lion trying to catch a mosquito. Shocked, Li Tai gulped hard, knowing that with the 5 national guardians here, his God-Destroyer Legion and God-Slaying Legion were completely unnecessary. Even after being mocked by Kong Ching, Li Tai did not dare complain. He immediately slinked away with his people to set up a defensive line nearby and watch out for suspicious individuals.